Hello everybody, Dave here for the next episode of Dave Gets Wood, and it's been about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks since I've done anything with the table, mainly because, sorry the lighting in here is shit, mainly because my car boot was leaking and I needed to sort that out, and in doing so I needed to bring the parts of the interior of the car, like boot liner, boot carpet, stuff like that, inside to clean and dry. So it was all basically stacked on top of my table. So I've had no space or energy to do anything with the table. So it's been a while. So today, I mean, it's only 2 days ago that I finished the boot. To be honest, my back is bad, so I probably shouldn't be doing anything at all, but I don't want to just sit here doing nothing today. So there are bits that I can do which I'm going to try and get done today, which is, as I previously mentioned, code marking the different sections of the wood, and also once I've done that, trying to unscrew as much as I can and finding out where we've got screw heads that need cutting, screw heads that need a new cross cutting into them, so that I can try and get them out. I know there's at least one over there, but rather than do one at a time, I'm thinking, once I've marked up, I can literally go around taking all the screws out, and I'll find out then how many I've got, and I can do them all at the same time. So rather than sitting here waffling for the moment, I reckon we crack on. So I am going to start off with putting my little code markers in. So let's move the camera a little bit. Now I will apologise once again, the lighting in here is pretty shit. Also, I can't quite get the whole table into shot. And also, there may be situations where I'm standing in front of the camera. Okay, so I've got myself a few different Dremel bits that I can use, and I've borrowed my little brother's Dremel. He decided to get one, but it was a little too powerful for what he was doing, so we've swapped for a bit because mine wasn't as powerful. Yeah, I'm just looking, I might need to get an extension lead. We'll see how I get on. Okay, so I'm going to go with the ball-tipped bit for carving my code. Yeah, so I'm going with a medium-sized ball tip of the 3 that I have. Don't know how noisy this will be. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see if I can reach. Okay, well, so what I'm going to do is basically, on this piece of wood on the inside, I'm going to make a mark, and I'm going to match it on the little support piece that you can't see at the minute, and then match it with a mark on the table. And basically I'm just going to do some straight line markings, or straightish. Okay. Okay, so that's my little coded marks put on those pieces. Just wondering whether... No, I was wondering whether I should mark up the corner piece, but I'm not going to. Right. Just make sure, yeah, that is all of the pieces marked up that I wanted to mark up. Right. May need this again for sorting out the crossheads. But now we can have a look at trying to take out the screws and taking off all the pieces of wood. I'm hoping that the pieces of wood that are screwed in are not also going to be glued in, because if they are, that's a fucking problem. But also, these pieces I don't know if they're pinned or glued, but we'll get to them. Gonna leave that back in. Now with the markings that I've done as well, none of them are the same, other than where they pair up. That might be a different size screw. It's still in its hole. This has been a very, very useful tool, Flexi. Now I've got an adjustable ratchet screwdriver that can turn, but I tend to find that bits don't really stay in that very well, but it can be very good for like, I was going to say cracking them off. For anyone that knows what I'm on about there, you'll know what I mean. Basically cracking them off means doing that first undo of a screw, but it's not good for sort of rapid ratcheting, really. I find the flexible one better for the quicker. It really helps with cabinet making as well, because you tend to find the screws in really stupid places. Now, interestingly, I don't know if these are going to be glued down. Obviously they're screwed into the support band, but I don't know if that is the only thing that's holding them in. We shall find out. Now, interestingly, someone said to me recently, okay, right, that it couldn't crack it off. It couldn't crack off the screw. Might be a bit difficult. Yeah, so someone said to me recently, you don't smile much on your Dave Gets Wood videos. And I thought, you know what, you're probably right. But there is a reason for that. It's not just that I'm miserable, I am Excuse me. Oh. I am in pain all the time. So I'm kind of always trying to, I was going to say not show it, but that's not quite the right word. Not give in to it. So I'm probably not looking smiley or jolly because because I'm in pain right now. For example, I am in agony. Oh, they fucked that screw. Interestingly, screws there have got washers. Screws there have got washers. Screws in the middle had washers. Screws on the outside edge, no washers. Wonder if that's intentional or where someone's fucked up. I don't think it's where they fucked up. Looking at the countersink holes there. Not only have they not put a screw in one of these, they've fucked up one of the heads, potentially fucked up two of the heads. Oh, I did manage to work that one a little loose. Yeah, one of the small bits on. And this big piece of timber has just moved, so I would suggest that it's not glued in. Good thing. Yeah, just fucked that head of good one. Bastards. I might though, because that one's going into the big timber, I might be able to deal with that afterwards. Anyway, let's continue to remove. Oh my God. Out of 4 screws, only one has not got a fucked head. Whoever attempted to fix this table really did a shit job. I mean, it's so bad that they haven't even been able to get the fucking screws all the way in. And it's fucking annoying. Let's see if we can. And that one we know is already fucked. Let's see if we can. Nope. Nope. Motherfuckers. I mean, breaking the wood's one thing, but once you start basically shredding the heads, you have to realise that the reason that that is happening is because you're using the wrong size fucking screw bit. I mean, okay, I'm not fully up on the sizes of all the drill bits and all that, the screw bits and all that shit. But even I know that first time it slips, it's not the right size. That's on a new screw. If you then look and it's an old screw and it's abused like these, yeah. It's annoying me because it means there's more fucking about I've got to do with it. My back really is hurting now. The thing is, I don't necessarily need to do shitloads today. I can get it to a point like where I go, okay, there's now X amount of screws that are stuck inside, and then save that. Not necessarily save it, wait, leave it for another time. And it's no wonder they broke the fucking wood. When you look at what they've done to the screw heads, it really isn't. Not a surprise. But then, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to take it fully apart and fix it properly. Well, I say fix it properly. Try to fix it properly. Because even where, as you can see over here, where the timber support has been, its current finish that is on it was done with all of those pieces of wood in place, which I kind of understand because it saves time. But it does look shit. Right. Let's see if I can crack my back. I got a crack and a grind out of it. I think that sounds dodgy. Another screw missing. Probably fucking ran out of screws for decent screw heads. I shouldn't say that, I don't know. In deep. So I've been looking forward to making a start on this for fucking ages. I mean, dealing with the macabre boot was something I had to do because it was the carpet in the boot was soaked. Was going mouldy. There was stuff that was in the boot that had started going mouldy. I hadn't realised. So once I realised that, that became the priority. But it set this back a long way. But it's one of those things as well, now that I've made the start of dismantling this, this is the project that is on the go. I just want to show you as well some of the markings that I've done. Okay, so for example this is from in here, so it's kind of got a reverse L, or it might look like a normal L. That one's got the same but opposite direction, a straight line. Now that might look the same as this one, but it's not, because look at the screw holes, it's from the other side, so it's actually a reverse of that one. And same for that piece over there. So yeah, so hopefully, well, it's a code that will work, because there's 3 pieces that have to match up. That's what you see. Go forwards then. Interestingly, down that side, I didn't need to crack off the screws, but down that side and here, I do and did, and this is where they'd taken it off and put it back on and broke all the fucking wood and moved it in the wrong places. I would suggest that it over fucking tightened it as well, and that's probably why all the wood was moved. Like this wood, from where the, like for example here you can see where it's been treated and where it hasn't, where it shows that line here, there's about a 2mm gap to the wood. So yeah. But I very nearly just said, if people don't know what they're doing, they just shouldn't fucking bother. And then I thought, well actually, that's not true, because I don't know what I'm doing, really. And I haven't got anybody sat here saying, do this, do that, that's not how you should do it, you should do it like this. I'm learning by trial and error. But I mean, even I know this for me is a big job. Because this is actually replacing pieces, repairing pieces, removing pieces. There's going to be a lot of stripping work to be done. I don't mind that too much. But there's then going to be sort of an artistic part to it that I'm concerned about, because I'm not artistic. I think the screw head's fucked. Bollocks! So that's another one. Oh dear. I really do like this flexible screwdriver. It's probably my most underestimated tool in the toolkit. It's just one of those things, I mean, these screws here be such a pain in the ass to get out with a normal screwdriver. There's just no hassle in this. I know I said it some time ago, get yourself a flexible screwdriver. They're fucking worth it. I mean, you can even go short with it if you want. But yeah, fucking definitely worth putting in the toolbox. The thing as well, because of the type of end on it, put ratchet attachments on there as well. Oh, fucking hell. Okay. That's with this end with the washers. Same for the other end. Yeah, okay. So it was definitely treated in place because the washers have got stain on them where the wood hasn't. Keep calm, Dave. Okay, so that's a screw that needs. Oh my god. I'm almost scared to look at these. 1, 2. Oh fucking hell. Only one of 4's ruined. Okay, maybe not. And that one's. They're definitely over tightened them. It's fucking. I can hear it cracking as I'm undoing it. Oh my god. How the fuck did they A, get that in there, and B, get it to underhook the actual hole? It's forced out a piece of fucking wood. Fucking hell. Keep calm, Dave. Keep calm. Remember, you're doing this for a reason. Well, I think if I go on my mantra that I've had so far in that when I finished, will it be better than before I started? If I go on that, we'll end up with a better table than what we've got at the minute. And the thing is, for example, like last night I made some pies, some homemade pies, and I ate one, fucking lovely. Meat potato pie, fucking lovely. Now, it was clear as day that they were homemade pies because the pastry wasn't perfect and it looked a bit rough around the edges, but you don't get that from a mass-produced pie. You get that from a homemade pie, and there's a difference. Homemade pies can be better. Also, thanks to my brother for, he happened to mention something, not specifically to do with me making pies, but when he was making his, so he'd done his meat and basically the pie filling in a gravy, but what he did was sort of sieved the meat, separated it from the gravy, filled the pie with the meat filling, then thickened the gravy and then poured that into the pies until it filled up. And I thought, you know what, that's a fucking good idea, because it meant that I could cook my meat filling without having a really thick gravy. Oh my god, that is absolutely fucked. We may have to replace this. I was really hoping to not have to because of the angular cut, but it's not even fucking connected. I don't think you can see it properly, but I'm working over here. It's not in good shape at all. See if I can get the screws out. I mean, they'll probably fucking fall out. Fucking hell, they fucked that as well. Fucking hell, they've over tightened this screw by about 5mm. No wonder they ended up splitting the fucking wood. Oh, it's painful to see, this is. Nope. Well, there you go. I'm going to have to work out whether well, can I repair this? Probably. Would it be the best thing to do? Probably not. Oh, don't tell me they've glued that in as well. They have. Well, at least if I can pick up some of these pieces, I can get a better angle to Dremel the screws out. I mean, it is really, it's not good, nice to see don't think it's worth repairing. If I repair it, the screw hole is in the split, and that it will be why, yeah, it's directly in the split. And that one of the reasons why, even though they glued it and repaired it, because of the way they've been putting it back together, they screwed it together and it split. I bet they didn't even fucking drill a pilot hole for it. Because if you're using a solid sealant, you'd need to have a pilot hole of a decent size. Otherwise, you're just going to be pushing wood apart. Okay. Well, I suppose it doesn't matter that particular one is glued in, because I'm going to need to fucking remake this. I'm just hoping that I don't have to remake that one as well, because if that one's okay, I can use that as the template. But I really did not want to have to. See, if there's one thing that I know I've not got to grips with yet, it's the mathematics of angular cuts. Right, well, we've spent 40 odd minutes taking apart or taking out as many screws as we can, and we've got what, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. We've got 9 screws to try and cut new grooves in to try and unscrew them. So I was really looking forward to doing this stage. I'm now very disheartened, but only because of somebody else's bodge job is going to result in me having more work to do. Oh, progress. Right. See you on the next one.